You are listening to Christian Audio's production of The Accidental Feminist, Restoring Our Delight in God's Good Design by Courtney Reissig. This book is read by Elizabeth Whitestone. This audio recording was produced in 2015 by Christian Audio, which owns the copyright. No portion of this recording may be reproduced for any reason without prior written consent from Christian Audio. This edition is published by Christian Audio under an agreement with Good News Publishers / Crossway Books and Bibles. Based on The Accidental Feminist, Restoring Our Delight in God's Good Design, copyright 2015 by Courtney Reissig. Please visit christianaudio.com, facebook.com/christianaudio, or twitter.com/christianaudio to offer your impressions of this work and to explore additional titles. To Daniel, my best friend, my greatest supporter, and the love of my life. Thank you for loving this accidental feminist. Introduction. I'm an accidental feminist. My name is Courtney. I am an accidental feminist. I never burned my bra or anything, and I liked boys way too much to completely write them off as useless. But for many years, I unwittingly possessed some heart attitudes that made me a classic feminist. And I've met many other accidental feminists, both inside and outside the church. You might be reading this book because you proudly identify yourself with card-carrying feminists. Maybe you think feminism and Christianity aren't mutually exclusive. Welcome. This book is for you. On the other hand, you might be a Christian woman who is skeptical every time you see the word feminist. You want to learn more about what it means to grow as a woman who follows Christ, and you don't really think feminist describes you. In fact, in some of your circles, feminist is a dirty word, reserved only for women who do not want a husband or who volunteer at Planned Parenthood. Feminism is most certainly not in your conservative church. This book is for you too. Or maybe you aren't a skeptic or a feminist. You simply want to know what it means to be a godly woman in these confusing days. Yes, this book is for you too. Some Christians define feminism as simply equality among the sexes. For them, feminism means men and women are equal. As one writer puts it, at the core, feminism simply consists of the radical notion that women are people too. The reality is that feminism is hard to pin down. As the culture has evolved, so has the concept of feminism. We will explore that evolution throughout this book. As postmodernism has taken root in our psyches, the definition of feminism can now mean anything you want it to mean. In fact, as I was writing this introduction, the media was blasting a celebrity for refusing to define herself as a feminist because, as she put it, I like men. Some in the media were appalled that she defined feminism so loosely, or that she seemed to completely brush off the label. Others acknowledged that to be a feminist today means different things for different people. This is not your grandmother's feminism. For our purposes, I am going to define feminism as equality equals sameness. I hope you will see what I mean. Regardless of where you're coming from, I pray you will find yourself right at home. I know what it's like to embrace feminism with all of its promises of freedom and independence. I know what it's like to struggle with feminism, to learn about but not fully adopt its ideas, thinking that there might be something more to the path of being a godly woman. I also know what it's like to think that feminism no longer has an effect on me. I know what it's like to want to be a godly woman while being bombarded with images and influences urging me to be the exact opposite. But I'm not a feminist. But what if the whole independence deal doesn't appeal to you at all? Maybe you haven't struggled with feminism like I did. You might look at feminism and wisely see the baggage it brings to our understanding of womanhood and want nothing to do with it. Many women have this perspective. With the rise of the feminism in the 1970s came the countering rise of the biblical womanhood movement. Women like Susan Hunt, Mary Cassian, and Nancy Lee DeMoss faithfully taught and continue
Sample complete. Ready to continue?